Okay, we are live. If anybody's watching, I would like to see a comment if it works or not.
Hi, Nico.
Hey Neti,
How you doing?
I'm good. We are we are live.
Oh, nice. On YouTube.
Yeah, I sent
Do
you
we have
the link earlier.
do we have any viewers?
It looks like we have 3 viewers, of which one I know it's me. So 2 viewers,
Okay.
but we are still waiting.
Better.
Hey Alexi, welcome.
Hi. Hi, everyone.
Okay, Tom is here, so only Max is missing
Max
from.
just wrote he won't make it. He told me yesterday that his internet provider broke down or something like this, and they don't have any connection since then, and his mobile data isn't enough for Zoom meeting.
I see.
Okay, so do you have any news that has been happening during the last week?
Sorry, Tom, what's that? We have
Do
some
we have
background noise.
anything new that has been happening during the last week in particular, when I have been a little bit quiet myself regarding Enex?
I don't think so. I think this is more like a catch-up call, and also I wanted to test the streaming setup, and also maybe hopefully make a kind of like a new introduction video to the whole project once we're all here. And of course, I also want to talk about the steps of incorporation, which will soon we can do that once I get the e-residency to actually found a company in Estonia. So that's moving forward. So I want to share some on that and probably get your guys' idea on how to draft our proposal for the securities office.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, like I said, this is the first time I'm testing this live setup, and we're streaming live to YouTube right now. You may share the link. At the moment, looks like we are only having one watcher. Anyway, so if and nobody else is coming, I guess we'll just start. What do you guys think?
Yeah, let's start.
Okay, so welcome everybody. This is the first live stream of Enex Solar, and this is our 8th public meeting. All of our previous meetings can be seen in our YouTube, and you can go through them. They're time stamped for your convenience because some of them are really long, like 1, even 2 hours. But you can skip around to find the parts that are interesting to you. If you are new, and most likely you are because our project is new, I'll do a quick recap of the whole project, and then we can I guess do a short introductory round of the guys who are here with me, and then we're just going to have a free discussion about the direction we're going to take next with Enex. Okay. So Enex Solar is a project. It's an ambitious project for to try and bring solar power plant investing for everybody, accessible to everybody. So we would tokenize real life assets such as power plants in this case, and we would democratize and decentralize the ownership of shares in this energy company that Enex Solar or Enex Network will be eventually. So anybody could put any amount of money down and purchase these security tokens, which will then represent one share in the Enex Solar network, which will be a for-profit enterprise, which would mean that the token holders are entitled to dividends. And we are also thinking about incorporating voting rights. So in the future, when the solar plants, new solar plants are constructed, every shareholder or every token holder rather would be able to vote for the best project for any reasons they may have. So this would incentivize people who are interested in investing in solar plants, and also interested in developing the project and the network further to also get a bigger dividends percentage. So how we imagine to do this is we have these on the ground companies, solar panel installation companies who are doing retrofitting, that is installing solar panels in existing buildings, and that way effectively creating a new power plant which can be used locally or fed back to the grid. In our case, what we would simply do is provide funding for such projects that already exist. So let's say that you have a big house and you want to put some panels on top, but you don't really have the funding for it. You could probably use a service like Enex, who would then contract somebody to come and fix a power plant on top of your building, or it can be like a huge factory. There's really no size limitation on the project, and we would kick a mini ICO on that project alone based on the project funding plan, and then we would generate just enough funds to actually fund that project and get it up and running, and then move on to the next one. So Enex Solar would differentiate itself from regular typical ICOs rather, that aim to raise a set amount of capital to then deliver a product, where we actually deliver the product upfront. We only we provide the calculations, risk calculations. It's like an actual project that is going to a real life project that is ready to be built, and then we only fund it until it's fully funded. So we don't collect any extra money. So that's kind of like our different approach, and we call those mini ICOs. So this way, anybody could take part in a mini ICO and effectively end up owning power plants via tokenization. So that's pretty much the minimal viable product, and that's scheduled to launch sometime this year, hopefully. It depends on our incorporation and many other things. We do have we already have a functioning piece of code which is written by Alexi, and we have Alexi here, and as well as Tom, who is our other lead developer, and then we have Neti here, who is in charge of the token sales. So I think I covered pretty much the project mostly. If I left something out, you guys can feel free to add. And yeah, I guess I'll just give the floor to Neti. You go first. Why don't you tell us how did you get in the project, and what are you doing here, and what are your thoughts on how we should proceed?
Yeah, for sure. Thank you for the introduction, Nico. It was really cool. And that sums up pretty much the project. I'm Neti. I'm the token sales manager. Came into this project via Max, who had the idea of tokenizing the ownership of power plants and bringing solar investing to everybody. Yeah, I'm 20 years old, live in Baden-Württemberg, Germany, and hope to help the project with my knowledge in banking. I'm currently working at Sparta Bank, a small local bank in Germany, and I'm studying advanced banking at the Frankfurt School of Finance, which also has an awesome blockchain center, blockchain science center, or something like this. What I hope I can help with things I learned from this. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Thank you, Neti. Yeah, and I forgot to mention that we are totally an open source project, which is a very important part of. We aim to be as decentralized as possible and leaderless as possible. And the way our whole team has kind of gotten together is little by little organically, because we all took interest for one reason or another and got infected with the idea, and we are all building this because we believe in the long term. So not for short-term gains, because at the moment nobody's getting full disclosure, nobody's getting paid anything at the moment, and yeah, we intend to keep the books as open as possible all the way, and to encourage people to jump in if you have something to contribute. So everybody's totally welcome to the community. Alexi, why don't you go next?
Yeah. Hi, everyone. My name is Aleksi Meldo, and I got into this project. I think it was in some Telegram chat that Nico was looking for people who are willing to help. And my specialty is software development and design. So what I've been doing, I've been developing the demo version of our decentralized app. So that's my area of specialty, working with the blockchain development and app development. What else? I guess that covers it.
Great, thanks. And Tom, are you with us? Will you go next?
Yeah, hello everybody. I'm Tom, and I joined Enex out of sheer curiosity because before Enex, I had a small company that made integrated solar and battery systems. It was just in the garage, and Enex was like a complete retrofit of what I was doing, and we just synced. Before I was into solar, I had a couple of blockchain technology startups, and I have some experience, a couple of years experience in blockchain development. Before that, I have been in software and also in international development in global south, particularly in Africa. So I have both a little bit of experience and a little bit of interest in coming in a project such as NX. And I think that NX is a project that has a good potential, a great potential for the future because of the open organization. That really was why I joined, because I think that the most successful projects these days are platforms.
Yeah, totally. Thank you for your intros. That was very good. And yes, I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Niko Lauman, and I'm the communications manager of Enex Solar. So I'm trying to help to build up with the community and spread awareness of the project. I also have some background in solar power, like sustainable energy, retrofitting in existing buildings. I'm a construction engineer by trade. That's kind of like a little bit of my background. And I'm in this project as well because we all share the same vision of like open source and like a strong founderless long-term projects. So yeah, really cool to work with you guys. So without further chit chat, should we just get down to the business so we can maybe get some work done?
Yeah.
So what do you guys think? Like I've been thinking about incorporating in Estonia, right? And I don't really I don't have a lot of experience. I mean, I don't have almost any experience working with securities or securities regulations. So I was wondering if you guys could help there.
Yeah, for sure. That's my field. Let's act like this. I'm um, consulting in securities every day, and I think that because of this, I know the rules very good and have some people who know them even better in the background where I could contribute. But I don't know how it is in Estonia. I could find out how to set up a security there. Is Estonia also under the ESMA regulations, the European Stock Markets Association? Do you know this?
Yeah, I believe they are because they are part of European Union. So I think they are.
Yeah,
Yes,
then.
they are. They actually have copy pasted much of the ESMA regulations. The document that I shared, they actually refer to ESMA.
Right. So yeah, that would be great if Nettie could help us or draft like how to say a proposal, or how should we approach them in the first place? Like maybe we should have some sort of a form filled up with the idea and how we imagine that the securities will be distributed and what kind of audience.
Yeah, I will do this.
So I think like did you guys see the video by Bruce? What's his name? I forgot his last name. But he created basically a security token on top of Bitcoin blockchain.
No, haven't seen it yet. Is there a YouTube video or was it
Yeah,
only live?
he put a video on Twitter. I think I shared the link in Telegram. You should check it
Okay.
out because yeah, basically what he demonstrated is that it is very easy to create a security token that is an actual security token. That's not going to be the problem. The problem we're going to have is selling those tokens. So actually taking money from people and distributing those tokens. That's where we're going to have all of our problems. So technically we have everything pretty much figured out. Like we already know how to create a token. We already have the actual MVP figured out. So the only thing holding us back, I think, is how we're going to sell securities to everybody.
The most important thing is that we don't sell the securities. We cannot consult in Enex token. We have to tell our investors the risks and things like this, and for sure have to do some sales prospect. But I think it isn't possible to consult and tell the people why Annex is good and how to invest in it and bring the opportunity via us, because then we have much stronger regulations, and then you guys need an update, have to be registered at ESMA or which institution is in Estonia. Yeah, that we know the risk of securities and how to consult people in this, how to find out if the security is the right security for our customer. So what we do is only offer the thing and give the ability to get the tokens from us, but not to consult, to sell this thing.
So are you saying that it's possible to create a token and make it available and accept let's say, cryptocurrency in exchange for it, without if as long as we don't actively seek to sell it to people.
Yeah, I think that's the point, that we don't sell it to the people, because then we have much stronger regulations in Europe if you sell the thing.
Right. So selling, like promoting that on like promoting our project over Twitter might be already considered, probably will be considered advertising the security.
I don't know how it is if you only talk about it. If you as a free person only talk about the project Enex and things like this, I think this won't be a problem. But if we say buy the Enex tokens because they are correct now, how it is. Yeah, it's how can I say this? It's a very thin line between selling and advertising the token. And what we need to do is only make some advertisers as the company Enex, but not to consult and sell the token. You know how I mean this?
Right. So what we've basically been doing so far is raising awareness. Like what we've been doing is making people know that we exist, extending an open invitation to our so-called board meetings, which this is like a first one that is streamed actually, but they've all been public over the Zoom, so anybody's been always welcome to join in. So I guess we could just keep going like this then.
Yeah, that I think that won't be a problem.
All right, that's not too bad, because I do believe in the project, and actually there's a question in the chat, how in a sense will anybody be interested in it? So that's a very interesting question, because of course the product has to come from some kind of a need. Like any project that is going to be successful is going to solve a problem, a real life problem. And the problem we attempt to solve is, of course, there's going to be a lot of energy needed in the future. If you think about the blockchain industry alone, how much it's going to take to mine all this and keep all these networks secure, and all the technological advances are going to take more and more power. So to me, it seems obvious we're going to need a lot of more power. So we are providing a way to kind of like a decentralized network that could enable people to spark up these NX networks all over the world without, like, the technology is already there, like the panels are already being made, and there's already successful businesses who are doing the installations. So all we would do is enable people to actually fund each other's projects via these mini ICOs that we would provide as a platform. So I think the demand is maybe not there right now, but it will be in the future, and that's what we are looking at. We're building for the future, and I think that there's no escaping from the energy crisis we're going to have. We're going to need to go solar in much bigger scale than we are doing now, and the solar potential is huge. Like it's going to cover the energy needs for a lot of time. So I'm not so worried about that. But yeah, it's an interesting question, and that's also one reason why we don't even want to promote or advertise this project, because it's not for everybody, but it is important. What do you guys think? Do you have anything to add to that?
No, summed up perfectly.
So next steps would be incorporating, and as discussed, we're trying to incorporate without a bank account entirely. So we would be operating completely on cryptocurrencies, and that's one great thing about that would be also that the books will be exactly transparent because all the transactions will be public on the blockchain and immutable, so anybody could be able to see what happens to the funds of the project. So that's something that I'm really excited to do, and to my knowledge, it should be possible in Estonia to incorporate without a bank account, because the biggest problems incorporating cryptocurrency related businesses is getting a bank account, because all the banks operate under the banking license, which entitle like includes these anti-money laundering and terrorist funding things, which pretty much prevent a lot of banks from opening businesses, opening up accounts for businesses that are dealing in cryptocurrencies, which then I think we wouldn't need that if we would only use, we could use like a bill paying service, for example, as a fiat gateway to pay the contractors. So I do believe we can operate without a bank account fully. So yeah, and on the practicality side, once my e-residency is cleared, I think I can just file for the founding of the company. So that's actually on the priority list to discuss the structure of the actual company that is being found, because no matter how decentralized we want to be, we do, for intents and purposes, for like incorporation, we do have to set somebody as the head of the board, and I do think we have to pick at least one or two board members as well. So that's certainly something to open for discussion, and there's pretty much like two ways we can go. We include everybody, or we include only one, or a minimum amount of people. And there's some upsides and downsides to both. The upsides are obviously if we go with just one person or two person, or the minimum amount of people, is lighter paperwork. They don't have to do such a thorough background check on everybody included in the company. And then of course the downside is that it's more centralized. And then the upside of this decentralized model is obvious because it's more decentralized. But then again, we might have to do a lot of paperwork and waiting around, which probably we are comfortable doing either way. I would love to hear what you guys think.
Yeah, I think the less the better. But what I have a question. How is it in Estonia with some minimum amount of money you have to open a bank account? Is there anything like this?
Yeah, that's an excellent question. I haven't actually checked how much it is, but I do know that you do have to have some certain amount of money. I think it's probably around the same as in Finland, which would be around 2.5 grand. I would say it's probably less than 10 grand, I would say.
How do you then do it without a bank account?
Yeah, that's
In
the
Germany, for example, you can just bring the paper money.
right. So that's what we discussed earlier, like this kind of like a gym bag full of money type of approach,
Yeah,
which
sounds
which would be super awesome. Of course, we should probably rent a 80s Lambo for the occasion and dress up.
Yeah,
Yeah, that would be sweet.
bring a sack of
Bring a sack of cash.
yeah.
That would be awesome. Yeah. Basically, what we discussed earlier. Like also another important thing, because we do have to put some cash down, and also in terms of like who is going to put their name in the company and stuff like that, and what are the responsibilities that actually carry. So of course now we don't have Max here, which is a little bit bad, but I think maybe we will have another meeting soon where he can also be here. Max is kind of like our founder. He's been in the project. Was it his idea originally? I'm actually not sure. Neti, you've been here longer than me.
I think the idea came when Max and Martin from Fland talked, and Max had to do some project, some paper for his studies at Deutsche Bank, and he wanted to write something how he could um, fund money for solar plants, and that's how the idea originally began. So it was Max and Martin's idea, I think, but more from Max's side
Okay.
because he already had this knowledge in um, raising funds and in retrofitting.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. Well, I think everybody's who's watching is probably interested in the origins of the idea. So yeah, Max can be thought of our founder then in that sense. So we
Yeah,
definitely want to hear what he thinks about this as well. Even though we do strive to be like a leaderless organization as much as possible.
yeah, Max. Okay, if I can talk for Max, I think the best thing would be to have nobody as the head of the company. Um, that's what he would say. But to have as much as possible and as less as possible at the same time.
Right.
So what I thought maybe something like from the tech side, someone from the marketing side, someone like in a normal company, you have the CEO, the CFO, the COO, and things like this. Maybe something like this. So from the token side, for example, Alexi, from the marketing side, Felix and you, because you're much guys. From the founder side, Max, I totally would love to have Max on this paper because he has some experience in incorporating and things like that. So he could help us there as well. Yeah. That's what I thought. What are your ideas on that?
Yeah, I that's a really a good and conclusive list in my opinion. I agree with that. What do you think, Alexei?
Yeah, it's okay for me to be a part of the board or
Yeah, because I feel like you've been taking a massive role in Enex lately, and thank you for that. And you've been putting in good work. I'm definitely gonna need that.
yeah, I have some experience in setting up a company in Finland also, but unfortunately that company is no longer active. But yeah, I have some experience.
It's great. What about Tom? Do you have any thoughts on that?
Yep. Well, I think I can be an assistance to the team. Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, cool. It's just my Zoom. I can't see it on my screen, but yes, uh, I totally volunteer on the board, and mm, I have also some experience in having my own companies in Finland, in Belgium, and also outside of Europe. So yeah, so beyond the technical side, I have probably also something to put on the table regarding the company side also.
That sounds great. Yeah, it seems like everybody's on the same page. And funnily enough, this is almost the exact same team we have working on We Economy, which is Alex's project. That is kind of like overlapping with the agenda we're trying to fill with Enex Solar as well. But it's much more broad and for everybody. Like we talked earlier, Enex Solar is not a project for everybody, but the We Economy aims to be for everybody, as the name dictates. Yeah, Enex is more like the backbone of the future future networks and powering up the future enterprises. Do you guys want to talk about something more, or should we just? We don't have Max here, so I don't know how much can we do here.
That's sad. I would love to have him here now. So maybe so okay, let's do some tasks till the next meeting. I will have a few on Estonia, how to set up a security there, who to ask. Have there been a cryptocurrency security registered? How did they do that? And yeah, could you find out, Nico, if there is some minimum wage you have to have to spend into the company, and maybe ask all the people like Max and Max if they want to be the board members.
Yeah, definitely I'll do that, because I'm also actually incorporating, in the process of incorporating or moving my own personal company to Estonia, so that's a perfect job for me there. So I'll be happy to do that, definitely.
Okay, perfect.
And also, if everybody could go through I know I haven't gotten around to do my part on the white paper yet, but if everybody could just in the next week go through it and maybe add some stuff, and I'll do the same. So then we would have something to, like a rough version of it to hand in with our incorporation application.
Yeah.
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 Sweet.
Okay.
Alexi, did you have anything to say, anything new about the development process? I guess that's pretty much the same, huh?
Yeah, since last time I have made some graphical improvements to the UI and added the
That's always good.
ability and added the ability to liquidate the tokens. So
Cool.
you can stake them and then you can liquidate them. At the moment there is no time lock. And then I split up the smart contract into smaller contracts, but so that's one thing I've done.
Yeah, that sounds great. Yeah, Alex is a graphic designer as well. He's been doing great work on the UI already. So it actually looks like a pretty finished product, even though he claims it's just a demo. But I think it's pretty good.
Yeah, I can type in the address here if anyone wants to check out.
Oh yeah. You can share your screen. I can actually push it through the stream so we can have a quick peek.
I don't have it on screen. I'm on my mobile, but I can navigate to.
Oh yeah. You can send the link to me, then I'll do it.
Just a sec. Now the link is on the chat.
Right.
But you have to be on the Ethereum Ropsten test network.
Yeah, hold on. I'll just do that real quick. Yeah, should work now. Okay, let me see if I can also manage to push it here. Oh, what do you know? By the way, what do you guys think about the stream layout? I just whipped it together really fast. Did you guys have a look?
Yeah, I think it's cool.
Yeah, it does its job. Okay, so we can see the test. Let's see if I can actually use this. This is the pipeline. So what we call with the pipeline is where all the possible projects go. Let's say that we have a set list of sites that we know that we can build. We already have a contractor. We already have the project is calculated, and we can see that we can make profit if it's built. And then we put them in the pipeline, and then people get to vote by going into the project page. And apparently by voting here, let's see what happens. Just gonna click submit with MetaMask. I don't see
It might
though.
take a while.
Do I need to refresh?
Yeah, sometimes.
Okay, let's try.
But it might take like a minute for the.
Yeah, we're working with the blockchain after all, so it's not like
Yeah, it needs
instant.
to be mined.
Of course.
Yeah. But maybe we can arrange a better demo in the next meeting.
Sure. Yeah, I just wanted to play around with it and also try if I can, how can I make this stream setup work? And now that I know that I can, I think we can keep doing this, because this also has the benefit of actually I don't have to do editing because the video will be online already. So
Yeah.
it's kind of like a lazy man solution from me here. And also I thought it would be fun if we have actually people watching and maybe asking questions in the comments in the future. We can do this more coordinated. We can put like 2 hours before the stream, we can start hyping it up. And right now I had like technical problems that I still need to sort out, but next time I think we can have actual audience. But yeah, basically that's
Okay.
that's how it works.
Cool.
So do you guys want to talk about something more?
I think we should work on the white paper.
Yeah.
Next week or.
Yeah, I think next week should be for that, for sure. Yeah. I'll try to make some time. All right. I guess we can call the meeting then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for anybody who was watching, and see you next time.
See ya.